In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations, fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn, dude.
This is season 2, episode 106, and I'm your host, California Cal, one of the cool Californians left in this town. I'll tell you what, in the state, I should say. There's a lot of cool people in this town. So a lot of the people who kind of fucking came here and ruined our state moved to like Texas and Arizona and places like that. And and then a lot of the people who were cool from here moved to Florida because I guess, it's like one of the closest types of weather. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a beautiful motherfucking day. It's been all rainy and poury and old man is snory outside, and it's pretty sick. You know what I mean? Like, we do not know what rain is in Southern California. As soon as it sprinkles, people are just like, they close their eyes and then they just start crashing into things. Like, you literally, like, when it rains, like what they teach us in driving school in Southern California is that when it rains, to close your eyes and stomp on the gas pedal, like, and turn the steering wheel as fast as you can. Like, that's what they teach us out here. Like, they're like, okay, as soon as rain hits your windshield, all of our windshield wipers are all fucking crusty because we don't ever use them. So they just rot in the sun all year. And then by the time we actually use them, like, they're just all like, and there's just like streaks everywhere. Yo, this is very real. So this is why also California people can come off as very California, because we don't have to deal with, well, especially in Southern California, we don't deal with the elements. Like, when it sprinkles, like, you guys call it sprinkling, we call it raining. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's like for reals. We like don't understand what it is out here because it hardly fucking rains. So when it rains, people just fucking crash everywhere. It's really fucking weird. So I hope you guys are driving safe. And it reminds me of like when you go to like the Asian Asian grocery store parking lot, and like it's just absolute chaos, and the only way to stay safe is to create your own like level of chaos. Like, there's a certain level of just close your eyes and drive element that exists. Go to H Mart in Mira Mesa. Like, just drive around. And if you don't think driving at H Mart in Mira Mesa is crazy, then you are one of them. You know, like, real shit though, real shit. So, anyways, you guys, I wanted to tell you that this is a good reminder, and it's so random. But I just want to tell you guys to remember that no is a complete sentence.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
You dig? Yo, that shit's powerful, right? Like, dude, no. That's a complete sentence. You don't have to fucking say anything else about it. It's not mean. It's not rude. It just means no. Like, it's not rude if somebody says, do you want a sandwich? And you say, yes. So it's also that by nature, that should mean it's not rude to say no. But it's like, I have known to be kind of like a people pleaser sort of type of person for a while. And I would feel bad saying yes or no. Like, I would feel guilty. And I think that comes from just certain lacks in childhood or whatever stories I concoct or whatever, right? Like, so I don't know why this came up, but it's like, dude, no is a complete sentence. And especially it's like, I think it's most applicable at this point in time in life for women to understand that saying that is a complete sentence, and you do not owe any further explanation, and for men to understand that no is a complete sentence, and you need to fucking chill out if you get told no. So there's like obviously a balance of like no, like versus like, oh no, no, thank you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have some tact and some class. Come on, Chuck. But pancake, you guys already. Sorry, I can't. Yo, okay, I'm back. So, no, but really though, no is a complete sentence, and that's pretty fucking sick. So, as it takes me fucking 20 minutes to say that, this is fucking trippy. What I was thinking about is how a child becomes their own person. And this is kind of like a side note. I didn't even really consider that I was going to talk about this, but I saw in multiple videos recently where people are saying, like, once in the kids' like first 6 or 7 years of their life is when they're just downloading, and they're programming themselves and their reality within that time frame. They're programming themselves. And it's like a lot of times, once that kid is 6 or 7 years old, they've programmed themselves to be this type of person or that type of person. And a lot of their fears that they will carry for the rest of their life will just carry on from that point. A lot of their ideologies and beliefs and decisions about who they are start from at that point and just carry forwards. So like, I'm looking at this for myself. Like when I was 6 years old, my little sister, my grandma, and my great aunt, they had all passed away in the same month. And I was just like, that tripped me the fuck out. It's like my family took a big hit in that sense, right? Like, so as I'm standing at my little sister's casket, and I've told this story many times in different ways, but like, it's very applicable and important part of my life, which is like, I'm standing there and I'm looking around, and I used to be the center of attention, being the little kid around all my parents' friends and family and stuff. You know, it's like, I was like the firstborn son of the firstborn son in a big Chinese family. So like, that's kind of it was like a big deal, you know, in a own family sort of way. But anyway, that's not important at all. Like, I don't know. Where was I going with that, man? Okay, sorry. I'm so tired. I want a sick one today. No, so I'm at my sister's casket standing there, and I'm like, all right, like, damn, childhood's over. Like, I'm a grown up. I'm an adult. And why I related to that, like, because I've gone back and I've revisited and I've healed, I feel like, to the best of my abilities, old traumas in my past, whether it was my feelings getting hurt or something where there was a lack of love or there was an intense amount of fear, and go to the root of it and try and find out what it was and pluck it and replant different memories and different information into there. Because when we remember things, we're only remembering the last memory of the last memory of the last memory of the last memory of the last memory. So it's like the last memory of all of the past thinking about it is actually at this last one. So here's the thing is you can actually kind of like theoretically time travel through the means of your memory. So like if I take the example, it's like, so basically when I used to explain the story of like why I do things the way I do or why I am certain ways or why I think certain ways, it was because, like when I was younger, like everybody around me who was close died. That was how I would explain the story. Damn, that's crazy to say that. I haven't said those words like that in a long time. That's how I would say it. I would be like, oh, everybody close to me dies. That was my story about it. And then just upon learning stuff about like, you know, doing transformational work, learning different types of meditation, experiencing like different plant medicines and all sorts of different stuff where like life just opened up and kind of tapped into like the spiritual world and sense of myself, or tapped into my spirit or higher self, and spirit guides. And like learned, and it's like wisdom and information that you learn that's passed on and shared in different contexts. And I realized I missed that part of the intro of the show, where it's like this show exists to help create and share different contexts and perspectives, because I truly believe that the more access we have to different perspectives and contexts, the easier and doper and smoother and funner life is to be, because then it allows you to be able to understand people because you understand different contexts. And sometimes if you see people, or you meet people, or you experience life, or you are a person who just does things differently, and it's like, oh wow, I've never seen that context. I've never seen life lived in that context. And that's what I think when I meet like new people, or people who like are just who have weird hobbies or this or that or whatever. It's like, wow, I've never fucking met a dude who like rides bulls on a rodeo. Like I don't know that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure I've met somebody, but like I don't got a homie who does that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand that context of life. But if I meet that guy, I'm going to be like, yo, like completely open and to understanding why he lives that life, and to see the skill in the craft and what he does. Like, you don't have to be traditionally smart, or know how to or have to have a good vocabulary, or know how to read well. You don't have to know how to do any of that shit to be smart. You know what I mean? Like having common sense and intuition. Like the fucking dude, Swamp People. You guys watch that show? One of the dopest fucking shows ever. I used to watch that show all the time when I had TV and cable and all that shit. But now I'm like, yo, dude, Swamp People, it's the shit. Chode it a little bit. Chode it a little bit. Yo, dude, Troy is the best. Hands down, Troy will fucking kick everybody's dad's ass. Troy, he's just Troy, dude. Oh, Jacob, you're gonna shoot him. And then the other guy's like, oh yeah, you just you assaulted him. We really gotta give him the pepper. You gotta give him the pepper. Yo, okay, I'm getting way off track here. Okay, so okay. Let's fucking back to the point. So when we're like 6, 7 years old, the first 6, 7 years of our life is our programming and our conditioning for who we become. And then until we grow through stages, and then we enter our like late 20s, early 30s, and so on, we start getting more curious about ourselves and the people we hang out with, and the vibe of things versus just having different activities in common versus, like how much is having certain activities in common worth versus that being an unhealthy relationship, to where it's actually like taking away from your thriving life, your possible thriving life, your better self, your best self, right? So I think it's a trip that like, how a child becomes their own person is very dependent on what they see around them. You know what I'm saying? And like what's modeled and exampled for them. Cause like I saw this video, I don't even know how the fuck I come across this stuff, but like I saw this video, it was like, there was this girl where she was this Ukrainian girl in like I don't know if it was the 80s or late 80s, early 90s, sometime around there, maybe even the 70s. Maybe it was the 70s, I don't know. But there's this girl where the mom had so many kids, and she was like strung out on drugs and just fucking completely twacked. And she goes, and this girl fucking ends up locked outside or some shit, and it starts snowing. So she goes and sleeps with the dogs. And then she started doing this every single night, thinking that's like the normal thing to do. So basically the dogs ended up raising this girl for like 7 or 8 years of her life, starting from being like 2 years old or 1 year old or something crazy like that. So this girl was literally like acting like a dog and like would just be a dog. So like they ended up finding her, and she got rescued or whatever, and like they found her, and they're like, she was working with different psychologists and all this stuff, and it's fucked up because the psychologists are like, there's no chance of her ever being a normal person in society. I'm like, man, if your psychologist's answer is that right off the bat, fire them and get a new one. Like, your psychologist is supposed to be able to help you unlock psychological things to help you be the best version of yourself, right? And if your psychologist already quit, how does that make sense? Anyway, oh, fuck. I let my coffee go just a little bit too long. That was cold. Yuck. Anyways, so this girl's acting like that, and I guess she still has like dog behaviors, and now they taught her to speak. Or I shouldn't say that. I should say she learned to speak. And she's like, yeah, like explaining herself. And it's like, like I still have the urges to do like dog things. Sometimes I just like to go out on my own and like run on all fours. And like, it's just great. Like she grew up like eating raw meat and all that, like crazy shit, dude. It's like, wow. So I don't know. I'm just looking at that. And then it's like, well, she has the ability to keep learning and growing from that point, because it's like you don't know where her genius lies. Like, what if she's like, if you put her in the position of like Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if that was her position and she can unlock some level of communication between dogs and animals dogs and humans that we just completely don't understand. But having her context and having her perspective, she can unlock so much more. You know what I mean? It's like, what if she's the medium for that? Right? Like, that's crazy. So it's like, dude, no, if your people already quit on you, like, that's fucked up. It's like, I don't think, this person should ever be an option for anybody who is a teacher. And if you are a teacher, just don't say that you can't. Just say, I don't know how. There's a big difference, you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of people won't want to take that much responsibility for themselves. You know what I mean? Excuse me. So it's trippy. So I had written this out, which is, a child's personality is a product of the sum of a parent's actions and reactions over time, alongside a cumulative collection of observing a parent's doings or not doings.
Damn, dude.
All right, that's a lot. But I added this to it, which also says, kids can have a similar spirit or energy, yet can be molded to live completely different lifestyles with different motivations, fears, and strong suits.
Damn, dude.
Yo, isn't that a trip? Like, so it's like you can have kids who have the same energy, the same spirit almost about them, the same curiosity, the same, I don't know what dexterity, I don't think dexterity applies to that. What does dexterity mean? I don't know what dexterity means. Is that how much something bends? I think that's what dexterity is. Yeah, how much something can bend? I'm pretty sure. I guess that applies then. How much dexterity they have with, their emotions and their physical state and their mental toughness and their physical toughness, which physical toughness is only mental toughness, because it's like you believe and you train in order to do so. And if you don't believe and train, then you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like how we thought running, like, what was it, a 5 or 4 minute mile was impossible until somebody did it. Like, they literally said you would die if you did it. And then it turns out that people didn't, like, oh shit, we can go even faster and faster and faster. So like, you know what I mean? It's like anything's possible to a certain extent. But anyway, like a child, because they're this open source of programming when they're young, is a trip. So it's really interesting when you get kids who already like know who they are when they're like a little kid. Like my son Royal's like that. And like we went and hung out with a bunch of the little homies this weekend, and like it was just cool to observe all the different dynamics between kids, because it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's weird to see. Like I don't know, it's like, what am I even trying to say? Like right now when a bunch of kids are young and they all hang out together, they're kind of just this like, I guess this is how I see it, because like I see pictures when I speak. So like I'm picturing like, you know, when you go to the fair or whatever and there's bumper cars, it's like each kid's in their own bumper car, and they're all like have the same tools, but they're all just doing their own weird thing, just fucking cruising around, bumping each other and whatever, and like, and they're all just kind of like mirroring each other and like learning to play at each other's level, and like whose level takes precedence. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, like, am I allowed to like push this person? Is this like a wrestling type of friend? Or is it not okay to push this person and wrestle them? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it okay to like go and like mop this dude over the head with a pillow or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like like when you hang out with certain uncles or cousins or friends or whoever, it's totally acceptable just fucking kick each other's ass, wrestle, beat each other up, the whole thing. And then sometimes it's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like certain cousins or friends or relatives or whoever, it's like it's not okay to play at that level. And it just kind of depends on that kid's energy and personality and preferences and all of that. So it's like, well, where does all that come from? And whose is it? So it's like, it's interesting because I work with kids starting from such a young age, it trips me out because I'll see kids who are 1 year old be conditioned to think that the water is cold. And I'm like, huh. They would only know that by the parents' teachings. Oh, that's cold. And whether they did it on purpose or not, it's still something that happened. And it's like the child just observes. And if you go, oh, that's too cold, just touching it, and you're not being a bad example. You just didn't realize. It's like we all do stuff where our kids pick up things from us and we're like, damn, I didn't even realize that they were absorbing that, or that I was doing that or acting that way or whatever, right? So it's a trip to see. It's like, okay, I think ultimately where kids get their preferences and personality is from the observation of their parents and their surroundings and the people around them, and how they all act is what they're going to collectively take and what they're exposed to. So like, that's one thing I'm big on, is like showing a baby as many things and sounds as possible when they're like brand new. Like this is weird and funny, but like, I think it does something. It can't not. Excuse me. Which was like when my baby was first born, for like months, I would just talk in different accents to him. I'm like, dude, because it literally, if he was just born in a different place, and like, let's say I was born in a different place, and everybody around us happened to be born in a place called England rather than California, like, we would all be like, oh, yes, hello. We would say hello, like, hello. And I wouldn't be like, yeah, dude. I'd be like, oi, mate, or whatever. Oi, lad. Right? So I'm like, dude, it's so weird because if he's this young, depending what voices he hears most is how he's going to talk. Like, isn't that weird? It's just like whatever sounds he hears the most is how he's going to say these sounds. So like, I would literally just be like fucking like, hello, oh yes, how are you today? You are such a beautiful baby. And then other times I'd be like, yes, Habibi, you are a beautiful baby. And then other times I'd be like, oh yes, hello, you are such a beautiful baby. And then at times I'd be like, oh yes, oh you are so beautiful baby, yes. And then other times I would speak Chinese to him, like, oh, like, Papa honey, honey, like, I love you, baby. Like, Daddy loves you, I love you, baby. Like, oh, te amo, baby. Like, or like, you know, I would just talk to him in as many different accents as possible. I'd be like, hey, what's up, homie? Like, hey, baby, you're a real cool ass baby, dog. Like, dude, I'm not kidding. I would do this all the time. And I'm like, I think the more you can expose your kid to, it's just like, it just opens up the spaces in their brain to be receptive to things and to like interpret things in their own way, because a weird accent isn't funny to them. It's now normal to them, which then you can make funny and whatever. But it's like, if it's normal to you to hear different accents, then that means you're cultured and you can probably pick up different languages better because you know how to understand What the hell? Because sorry, I'm getting random messages. Because it's easier to understand a new language and stuff if you can understand different tones and different sounds, and hearing isn't like this thing to you. It's just automatically what you're used to hearing. It's not like new. You know what I'm saying? It's just automatic to you. Or you hear like I have cousins who can speak. I feel ignorant for saying like this. I don't know what, but different African languages. And I'm like, dude, please speak it to him. You know, like, and my mom would say that. It's like, so like we would just speak all different languages. He would get Chinese, German, Japanese, Tagalog, English, sign language, and just whatever else words we could figure out, different Hawaiian phrases and words and stuff. And whatever we can, and I would play all different kinds of music all the time, just say different kinds of jokes, talk to him in different tones. I would make him experience different levels of water temperatures. And it's like I want him to have no difference or care of whether the water is cold or not. Like, I don't want him to be socially conditioned to say, oh, that's cold. I want him to be socially conditioned to say, what? It's water. Breathe. Like, there's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it bugs me when he goes, oh, it's cold. I go, no, it's not. Because it's like, it's up to you to decide what's cold. And if you just decide you're not cold, then what are you? Well, then you're in reality, and then you become, okay, breathe.
Damn, dude.
And that's far more powerful than being like, I'm cold. So it's like, you're never gonna catch me. Okay, maybe not never. Like, but for the most part, you're not gonna catch me like, I'm so cold. Like, you can feel me and I'll be fucking freezing, but I'm not, like, my relationship to feeling cold is not a bad relationship. It's actually a pretty healthy relationship. I'm like, okay, like, I'm almost numb now. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath. Keep breathing, breath work, do the work, you know? And then all of a sudden you don't feel it, and all of a sudden you become supercharged.
Damn, dude.
Real shit. So, hold on. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right bicycle.
Damn, dude.
They call me Millie Macarone, Cyclone Stallone. Anyways, what up, you guys?
Damn, dude.
Welcome, motherfucking bicycle. Welcome, bike, y'all. Yo, it's Shake and Bake, and I helped. No, wait. Can you? Oh, no. Is Shake and Bake still a company? I have no affiliation with Shake and Bake in case this ever becomes a big thing. I do not endorse or promote them, and I have no affiliation with them. So, yeah, don't fuck with us, please. Like, it's all good. Do your thing. You know, it's funny. Like, I forget that this show could, or it, like, not can, but like probably will be famous at some point. Like, the way that it's growing in the direction, it's just like, it's just going that way. It's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, is like, if you just keep doing something, like, people will just keep sharing it and doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. It's like, literally, if there's anything you want, like, we have to just do it. Just do it. Right? Like, and man, I need to take this for myself, because it's like, I've been fucking, I don't even know what, dude. I still haven't found a pool, which is fucking crazy. I can't, but like, everything just kept falling through. I'm like, motherfucker, but it's all good. I ain't tripping. It's working, and I'm alive. And my kids are fed, so you know what? It's all good. Okay, so anyways, back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected. No, so like, really, isn't it a trip though that a child's personality is the collection of their observations of their parents, guardians, or surroundings.
Damn, dude.
That's what makes a kid. Like, isn't that so weird? So it's like, as many things you can as you can expose your child to if you have kids, or when you have kids, the better, because then they become well-versed people. And like, you know, it's like, I don't want my kid to ever become like it's like my kid, like before my son's even like fucking 3 years old, he's already learned to swim. He's gone surfing. He's fucking picked up trash on the beach. That was actually the first thing he ever did in life, was pick up trash on the beach. He's ridden motorcycles already. He's fucking gone off-roading. He's gone drifting in a car. He's fucking learned to play drums, guitar, sing music, like match notes, like what else? Like, you know what I mean? How to hit a baseball, how to shoot hoops, like just as much stuff as I can. Like he knows how to go play at the skate park. He knows how to ride a bike. He knows how to do wheelies. It's like, I just want to show him as much stuff as possible. He could ride a skateboard. Like, he's a fucking trip, dude. And it's funny because people trip the fuck out, and I'm like, and I feel like I haven't shown them shit yet. Like, I feel like we haven't done anything. But then, like, when I look and I see him and I observe how he plays and how he, like, understands other people's level, like, he understands, like, it's trippy to me. He's such a fucking trip, dude. Like, obviously everybody thinks their kid is a fucking trip and they're cool as fuck, and it's like, but the thing is like, Royal is a different breed, dude. He's like, he really, for reals, is gonna be like and I guess this is controversial, whatever. If you think all gross like that, then get a new perspective. But I was gonna say, he's gonna be like an Elon Musk sort of person. Like, he already knows who the fuck he is, what he likes and doesn't like, and he's not afraid to like tell people what to do very politely. It's crazy. He's not allowed to tell you no. He's not allowed to tell you I want it or whatever, but he's like, please have it. Like, and he asks it, and he takes care of people. One of his favorite phrases is like, I'm like, bro, like, you like helping? He's like, yeah, help people. I'm like, yeah, we love to help people, right? I'm like, bro, we're Toms. We do hard stuff and we help people. That's what we do. And he's like, yeah, help people, do hard stuff, help people. I'm like, yup, that's what the fuck we do.
Damn, dude.
I'm like, dude, imagine if the programming of a child is, I do hard things and I help people. Like, that's, dude, you know what I mean? And it's like, how are you not going to live a fulfilled life? Like, I don't really care about happiness. I more care about fulfillment in life, because you can be happy. You can buy every type of car and motorcycle and dune buggy and luxury in life and still not be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? These things can make, like, obviously when you go fucking, you're in the zone riding on a motorcycle, you feel happy, but it's not lasting. It's fleeting. It leaves. You know what I'm saying? It's not permanent. And the moment you park your motorcycle and you're like, oh, that was sick. And then now you're back to everything else is kind of shitty because it's not fulfilled. So it's like, that's why certain people can be a manager at Target or whatever and be just completely fulfilled in life and not even tripping. And that's more commendable and respectable than, you know, making a bunch of money doing something that you hate. And that's essentially like selling your soul, right? So fuck that. So I'm looking at it like, okay, how can I be most aware, like, of my own actions and reactions, so I can know what we're modeling, so I can know what I'm modeling and how I'm conducting myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I know and can take stock in my actions, then I, in turn, can know how to conduct myself. You know what I mean? Like, so if I can conduct myself in a way that models good and actions of, I do hard things, I help people, I'm open, like, I think that's the best I could do for my kid. Like, it's not bad, it's not scary to try new things and to push the limits and to get what the fuck you absolutely want in this life. You know what I mean? Like, because we're kind of in this weird era of like, oh, it's not okay to like demand what the fuck you want out of life. And if that's where you're thinking, like, that's fucked up and backwards. Like, you've been sold the lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Okay, I'll leave you guys alone. I was gonna talk shit on like you're probably the same person who fucking wears masks and thinks this and that. And like, I'll leave it alone. Sorry, guys. Anyway, no, you know what? So many. Okay, I'm just let me get it out, guys. So many people treated me like shit about the mask thing, and I was just like, respectfully, fuck you. That's my thing. Is like, yes, I believe that I have love for all beings, souls, and spirit to ever exist, and I also believe that it is okay to say fuck you respectfully and firmly to whoever the fuck needs one. Because sometimes that's just what the fuck it takes. And that's completely okay. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? If you got mindfulness over it, you don't ever really need to, but it's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you understand the power of it and you're not going to use it loosely. I think that's kind of a big deal. No, so it's like, I think if I can just keep modeling doing good things, then my kids get to experience and become people who contribute to this world just by proxy.
Damn, dude.
I don't think I've ever used the word proxy before. No, but really, like, if I can just do good things, be kind, and live a life of fulfillment, and it's like, I don't really care that much what I end up having or don't have by the time I die. I would love to leave a whole lot of fucking land and money and resources for future generations, and like, not necessarily that, but more so the blueprint of how to do it in a way where it's on your terms and not my terms or the family's terms or your mom's terms or your dad's terms or whoever. It's on your terms. And that's something that is going to make this podcast so legendary, is that, look, this is an example of doing shit on your terms. It doesn't fucking matter what anybody thinks. Like, it's crazy. This is not like a bragging point, but it's like, dude, you can't fire me or tell me what I can't say. Nobody can. Like, nobody can fire me and nobody can tell me to not say something. I can literally say whatever the fuck I want, when I want, how I want. I choose to use my words responsibly, as responsible as I can, because clearly it's like, I don't have all my shit together, and I do my fucking best. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really care what the fuck at the end of this. I just want to know that I left a good legacy and a good blueprint and a good example of do what you want to do on your terms, as long as it's good for the planet and it doesn't hurt anybody. As long as you got that in check, go for it. Do whatever the fuck you want. Fail and try and fail as many things as possible. Like, that's one thing. Anytime I lead people, or anybody who's worked for me, my philosophy is, I need you to make as many mistakes as possible. I need you to make all your biggest mistakes as quick as possible. And every time that I've had somebody working for me, with me, however you want to say it, or I'm paying them, I should say, when they make mistakes, I usually give them a fat ass tip on top of it.
Damn, dude.
Because think about this. This is the same thing as like raising kids. This is why a lot of people's work environment sucks, because their boss doesn't have this line of thinking. It's so simple. Like, dude, so for me, the biggest mistake that I could have is to have an appointment and not have it on the schedule correctly. The client shows up and I'm nowhere able to even get to them whatsoever. And it's like a complete loss. Like, that's the worst case scenario for me. And like within working on a like daily, on a regular basis. Excuse me. So most assistants and schedulers, anybody who works with me, that's going to be like their first thing that they fuck up on almost all the time. And is because the way the schedule is, it's crazy because it's like everybody comes in 10-minute windows. And when you're working in 10-minute windows, it's easy if one person's 2 minutes late and one person's 5 minutes early. It's like, or like, let's say one person's 5 minutes late and one person's 5 minutes early. The person who's already been standing there for five, like couple minutes, like as the other person shows up, and it's like, it just creates this weird, and then all of a sudden I'm 10 minutes behind, and then it just keeps stacking and adding, and it's like, so it can become super stressful. And then you have some people who only come twice a week. Some people come 3, sometimes people come 4. Some random people are 20 minutes one day, some people aren't. So it's like this whole thing, right? And it's very easy to miss somebody when you're first learning how to do it. So that's the thing, is like, yo, if you're my assistant and you're doing my scheduling for me, however you want to call it, I don't care what you call the relationship, just whatever feels powerful and right. I usually will tip you pretty fat for your first mistakes, as long as it was like, not malicious. Like, and that's pretty easy to tell. And the reason being is like, well, why would you pay somebody for a mistake they made? It's because, do you think if they got $100 for doing that they're going to make that mistake again? I promise you they're going to learn their lesson. And if they don't, you got one more chance. I might not tip you the second time. I probably won't. I don't know. It depends. Like, what do you got to say for yourself? Let me hear it. It's not this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes are learning opportunities. They're not punishment opportunities. And that's where a lot of people fuck up, is like, they raise their kids under this context, or people treat their employees or the people who work underneath them in this way of like, I'm looking to get you in trouble for, not what can we take this opportunity to learn and create something better from. So that's the thing, is like, if you can build somebody up in the midst of shit falling down, you now have an empowered person. And an empowered person now not only looks out for the company and the team or the family or whatever, they're now like on this outward looking out, because they go, whoa, they're energized. They didn't know or realize that's possible. So then that energy goes outward and that focus goes outward to now that mistake, to not make it, becomes automatic, because now they've been empowered. They hadn't gotten in trouble when they thought they were going to get in trouble. And that ties into decisions that they made when they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, when they were becoming programmed, the things that like, oh no, I fucked up. And most of us, especially if you're raised in the United States, fucking up, doing something bad, making mistakes is punishment. It's not an encouragement. So if you think about it, just in the public school system at all, it's like, you made mistakes, you're dumb. You get a bad grade, you got to do it again. You're not very smart, right? And it's like, if you get good grades and you don't make any mistakes, then you're looked at as the smart person. You're the prized one. So it's like, it's kind of backwards. And it's like, we learn and we're taught that making mistakes is a bad thing. And it's a punishable thing, I should say, because I don't really believe in good or bad. I just believe is or isn't. Things exist, or things happened, or they didn't, or they don't exist. There's no in between. Like, yes, there's different reasons for things, but that's all human excuses. Things either just happen or don't happen, or they exist or they don't exist. And I even apply that to like spirituality. That's why I think like, dude, I fucking met God. I've met Jesus. I fucking met Metatron. I've met all these different people. Well, this shit's real as fuck. I'll tell you that. And if you don't believe me, let me introduce you to some people and some different things, and I promise you'll change your mind. Anyways, I'm myself looking for opportunities, and I have to remind myself of this a lot. This is a good conversation right now. I didn't even plan on speaking of this, but it's like that, punishment is good and necessary for certain things, but it's more like, how can we learn and teach from this lesson? And that's something is hitting me deep right now when I'm like watching my kid and I'm watching him interact with other kids, and I'm like, how I react is a big deal. And it's like, I think my son knows I'm cool. Like, I'm not mean. I'm not going to yell for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to do something that's like messed up to be like, to give me like, hey, stop. Or like whatever, like he knows pretty quickly, and sometimes he protests it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's just a very powerful perspective, because that's something that I learned and I feel like is very wise, is that if you have kids, if you plan on having kids, if you're in charge of anybody, if you mentor anybody, if you have anybody who looks up to you, cousins, brothers, uncles, sisters, whatever, nephews, nieces, if you're in any sort of position where people look up to you or respect what you have to say to any capacity, it's good to fucking take on the understanding of, when we get upset, there's something to learn, versus when we get upset, there's something to punish. You know, and like, one thing I'm really present to right now is the idea of getting 1% better every single day. So I'm gonna do 75 hard again. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. And I'm gonna start tomorrow. Sorry, 1 second. I need to write this down. Punishment versus nourishment. That's good, right? Oh no, that wasn't the point though. Learning lessons, right? Okay, sorry. Hold on. No, actually, I'm not sorry. Just okay. I had to jot down some notes for when I actually type out the show notes. Because sometimes, like a lot of times, I'll just put down like a couple bullet points, or like whenever I write out the show, it's a little different all the time. Sometimes I have like bullet points and I just boom, 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 boom. Sometimes I have more than I can get to or want to get to, or like, usually what I try to do, and this is kind of giving away my whole secret, if you think the show is masterful by any means, it's chaos, and it seems like it's all over the place, and it's actually very purposely that way, because that's how I am, and I want to put my brain and my heart and my soul into this. And the way that I think is, I think in forward moving loops. So like, I start at one point and it starts drawing a circle, and then it draws a circle, and it's moving forward, and it spins forward. And it's like, I don't get stuck thinking at one thing, but it's like, I'll go through the whole analysis of one thing and then move to the next. And I'll go through the whole analysis of one thing. So basically it's like, I'll think my way around an entire picture until the picture presents itself, and then I move to the next thought. And then I think of everything going around that. I think everything around that thought, and then until that picture is present, and then I go to the next one. And that's kind of just the way that my brain works upon analyzing it, I think. I could be completely making this up. I don't know, but that's how it occurs to me, right? Like, so if somebody asks you, how do you think? You're going to start just thinking all this weird shit, right? Like, isn't that weird? So like, you should really stop and ask yourself that. I can be quiet right now, or you can do it when you end the show, or just pause it real quick. No, so a lot of times in the show, I'll write down bullet points, or I'll write down like a topic, or like not a topic, like an idea, or like something that hits me deep. A lot of times I'll take a thought that hits me deep and I'll compress it into a sentence or two, and then I'll base the whole show off of that, and I'll kind of just channel everything that I'm saying. Because it's like, most of the time I don't, like, no, 100% of the time I do not have an hour's worth of content written into a fucking journal or whatever. Like, I don't. Like, most of this is just off the top of my head. Like, I just have the thing, and then you guys, like I said, it's like my thinking is like a snowball that rolls downhill. It's like just taking a picture every time it gets slightly bigger, and that's how I think my brain works. And you know, so I'm just trying to bring the most awareness to my actions as possible, so I can lead the best example for my kids, and to try and take instances of punishment and turn them into instances of nourishment without making my kid a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real shit. Because a lot of times it's like you end up creating a mommy or daddy's boy or girl, and then it kind of bites you in the ass because you're like, and it's like, no. take a deep breath, sit down, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not gonna always be there. I can't fucking kiss your knee. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's something you have to learn on your own. It's a rite of passage to skin your knee and get up and be like, fuck yeah, like, look at this. You know what I mean? Like, and anything other than that is kind of bitch made. To be, no offense to anybody. It's just like, it kind of is. Because skinning your knee, you can outthink it. The same way you can outthink being cold. The same way that your perspective from when you decided whatever the fuck you decided when you were 6 years old is the way that you think life is. The same way that I'm in a swimming pool for 4 hours and I hear 30 different people comment that the water is different temperatures. And I'm like, I've been in the same water this whole time. It's warm. 22 of you said it was cold. I messed up my math on this. 25 of you said it was cold. I forgot how many people I started with. Let's just say 40 people come through the water. 30 of them say it's cold. 5 of them say it's perfect. And 5 of them say it's too hot. Which one is it? Which one is it? I've been in the water this whole time. Standing, not even like moving the whole time, just teaching. Shouldn't I be the coldest out of everybody? Right? Like, it's like, it doesn't make sense. So it's like, whose reality is it? Which one is it? The pool cannot be cold, warm, and hot all at the same time. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty well circulated, invented, and all that shit. It's not that way to where it's dramatically different here or there. If you're above the heater, sure. But anyways, that's just getting into random shit. But you see what I'm saying? How can it be? Which one is it? Is the pool cold, warm, or hot, or perfect? Which one? You know what I mean? Like, that's all a product of how that person was taught to interpret water when they were young. Because their mom went, "Ooh, that's cold." Or their parent jumped in and said, "Cannonball." You know what I'm saying? That's just social conditioning, which trips me the fuck out, because if we can understand that that's just social conditioning, why do we not just fucking socially condition ourselves in the way that we want to be conditioned? Purposely condition ourselves the way we want to be conditioned. Teach our kids to do hard things and to help people.
Damn, dude.
You motherfucking dig? Teach them good phrases, teach them good words, teach them good habits. But the thing is, we have to model them. Can't just say it. Our kids know when we're bullshitting. Live your dreams. Live the life that you love. Yet I work in a fucking office that I hate, eating fucking gross ass shit that I don't like, doing stupid shit I can't afford to impress people I don't even like. Fuck that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Completely fuck that. So you can't tell anybody to live their dreams if you don't even own your own time. If you don't own your time and your freedom, then who are you? What do you own? You're just the government's property via your birth certificate and your social security number. And I want to be more than that, even though I am the government's property, because I have a birth certificate and social security number and driver's license and all these other fucking forms of ownership of me. It is what it is. That's a whole nother topic. We can get into it. But, sorry, that might have been loud. I love you guys. Genuinely. I appreciate you guys. Push away. I don't want to be here for days. I'll surf by the 30 years. The sun touch your face. Not the each, not the you. And the last one's PS2. And it's gonna be me and you.
Damn, dude.
Yo, please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their best friends, cousins, custom vino bottle making, sticker labeling friend about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast, because this really can help shape and impact and alter the way that we think about life and consider life, and just to have it be better. For the people in the Matrix who are in control of shutting people down, I'm not your guy. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm not waking people up. I'm just saying that, yo,
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.